system isn't already, just turn on the console.
Welcome to the AggroCast, the official podcast at AggroGamer.com. This is episode 44, and I'm your host, Michael Camacho. And with me, as always, are Brian, Dub Bears, Bentley.
What's going on?
And Ben, Go Lions, win.
Right.
Except the Lions don't win.
Hey, they did once already.
Yeah, but not against the Bears. We whooped them.
It was a close first half, though. Just the second half, they didn't show up. So,
Well, good thing it's not important that second half.
yeah, you know.
Hey, at least neither of you guys are the Raiders,
Good point.
who are in complete disarray.
You guys still have Dante Culpepper?
What's that?
You guys still have Dante Culpepper?
No, we don't.
No, we have it. We have Dante.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. It's embarrassing either way.
I haven't really watched football this year. I really don't give a shit. Because the other team I tend to watch is the Redskins, and they're just...
And they lost Lions.
Yep.
How embarrassing is that?
Yeah, so both my teams, AFC and NFC, suck.
Harsh, bud. What else has been going on, Mike?
Working a lot.
Hear that.
Huh?
I hear that.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Just working with Nicola and trying to get her to come back up here, hopefully by the end of this month. If not, we'll just wait till Thanksgiving when I go down there. Not much else really going on. Barely have gotten time to play games recently. So.
Yeah.
What about you, Brian? What's going on?
Actually, that's pretty much the same story. Just been really crazy at work, and it's great. It's good fun because I get to do a guy who has a higher ranking and gets paid more than me. I get to do his job for him because he's totally incompetent. So that's what I do now. Besides that, not much. We've started the wedding planning just a little bit, and we had Vanessa's 10-year high school reunion last weekend. So that was
cool.
How'd that go?
Well, for me it was great because there was an open bar, but I didn't know anyone other than like her and her sister and a couple of her friends. So there were all these people. I'm like, I don't know you, but I don't care because I'm drinking.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. So that's about it. Ben?
Just pretty much, schoolwork, looking for a job, and hanging out with my girlfriend. So.
Very nice.
She's not in the background this time?
No, she's actually at home doing her homework. So.
Shock.
Shocking, I know, right?
Wow. Seems like very uneventful these past few weeks for us.
Yeah, pretty much. Trying to get back in the swing of things and whatnot, but.
Waiting for the podcast to be uploaded.
Yeah, actually, Andy apologizes with that. He thought he had uploaded it.
Oh.
And then I said, dude, you didn't even get in the podcast. And he was like, yes, I did. And I was like, no, you didn't.
And he's like, shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we've all been there.
So I think everybody's been dealing with this busy schedules over the past couple weeks. So I didn't blame them because I'd been dealing with so much shit. I just didn't care. I was like, I'm just glad it's up.
Yeah, exactly.
So we apologize to the listeners out there for a late podcast. Try to get this one up on time.
Try to anyways.
Yeah. So why don't we get into what we've been playing? We all have very light lists this week. So Brian, why don't you start us off?
Right. So of course there is the Lord of the Rings online, which I actually last night was like the best night for me. Just it wasn't necessarily that I advanced really far, did anything super special, but it was just nice to kind of just zone out from work and just have an opportunity just to sit in front of the computer and veg for a while. So that was kind of cool. Besides that, I got Scribblenauts. I put that review up sometime last week. which is I've talked about it already once on the show, but it is an extremely fun game. I know especially a certain couple people on Reddit who disagreed with my interpretation that it was easy and intuitive because they apparently don't know what the words easy and or intuitive mean.
Mm-hmm.
The controls were very frustrating, which were in the sentence after that, but whatever. Other than that, I had like a weekend of playing some Puzzle Quest, which turned out to be extremely addicting. So if you guys have not played that, it's the actual fighting part, because it's very RPG oriented. But the fighting, the actual battle system is basically the game Puzzle Bejeweled. And for some reason, it just like, the music actually does get annoying after a while, but it's easy enough on your ears that it's okay that you keep hearing it over and over again. Yeah. Except for when you start losing, and then the losing music comes up, and they have this Gregorian chant thing going on, and you're just like, it's extremely annoying. We'll leave it at that. So, but that's extreme. That's very, very, very addicting. So I had to just go cold turkey on that, because that was like 12 hours in like a 30-hour period of me playing just that. Wow. So that was a little too much. So I had to put that down. That's about it for me. Mike?
Well, as always, I guess we all have the MMO thing going on. Playing Aion. Now have a character on 4 different servers, each class. I just wanted to try all the classes, just see what they're like. Still love my scout, but did the warrior on one, did a priest on the other, got the warrior actually up to level 10, working on the priest and the mage up to level 10, and I'm not really feeling the mage too much, but the priest is very cool.
Now, are there only 4 classes?
Yeah. And then once you hit level 10, you pick between 2 others. Like the scout, you either go assassin or ranger. I don't know. I think with the priest, it's cleric and something else.
Chanter.
And warriors got gladiator or templar. So. But then all of them are unique, and I like I'd have to say I like the scout and the priest one's the best. So I played that for a bit.
Have they started giving out free time yet?
No. Let's see. I played a little bit of Section 8. I actually enjoyed this game when I played it at E3, but maybe it was because it was such a quick pick up and play type deal. But when I was playing it on my couch, trying to play it, first off, the campaign's awful. Don't even bother. You do get achievement points, so if you want a whore, you can do it, but it's just not worth it. You might as well go into an online match. You're pretty much doing the same thing, except you have more restrictions. So, played that for a bit, got kind of bored, traded it back out, and then I played some Halo 3 ODST. Do not play that game solo. I mean, it's alright solo, but you definitely want to play that co-op. I was just kind of annoyed playing solo. It seems like no matter what, you're still getting the same amount of enemies thrown at you. And I just felt overwhelmed. Maybe it's because I felt like I was trying to rush through the game and play the game because so much going on.
Yeah.
But I just felt frustrated, and I kind of was just like, fuck this. I'll wait till I can find somebody to co-op with.
So it's not the greatest game of all time ever of all time?
No.
Oh.
It's cool. I mean, it's different from Halo 3 because you can't take as much damage. Like, it's not just the shields now. You have your shields, which quickly deplete, then you have your health. Even when your shields come back, your health is still hurt, and you gotta find, like, a little med kit type thing on the wall.
Right, because you're not a Spartan anymore, right? You're just a regular dude.
Yeah. You're not Master Chief. But that was really about it. Ben, what you been playing?
Of course, I'm following the same suit with Mike. Been playing Aion. since Aion has completely taken over my MMO world and not World of Warcraft anymore. Um, really, really enjoy my cleric. My cleric's at level 21 now. Yes, I know I'm leveling slow, but no, I don't think anyone in my particular server is at 50 yet. I don't think there's been anyone reported to be 50 at the moment, but um, I'm leveling slowly and surely. I also have a mage on another server. I've been playing that, and wow, they are OP at the very beginning. I'll tell you that right now, Mike. They're
What, the
so
mage?
yeah.
Yeah, it's like 2 hits to kill monsters
Two
of your
kill,
level.
2 hits and they die, and like, all right. And I'm like going through the beginning area like way faster than I did the priest. I'm like, all right, I'll take this. But they do take a lot more damage than anyone else does. So you definitely have to be careful in that aspect.
So they're a nuker then?
Pretty much, yeah. They're pretty much a DPS class. I mean, the two subclasses that the mage can do is a sorceress and a spirit master. Um, so they're pretty much a DPS class, a class race or whatever you want to call them. The other game that I've been playing is Sweat. I know I haven't beat it yet. I know it's a short game, but I haven't been able to find any time with anything since I've been having school and whatnot. And I forgot to mention that I even I stood up for my friend's wedding last weekend. So, that's what, I didn't barely had any time to play any games at all. Um, Other than that, I also got the PSP Go and got Final Fantasy Tactics for it. So, yay, go me.
Gotta love going back to those old games.
Pretty much. I mean, I want to play some of the new ones, but I'm like, just some of the prices I can't justify getting it at the moment.
Yeah, well, we'll discuss that
Yeah,
later.
exactly.
So, yeah, as people can tell, it's been a short, what we've been playing. There's really not much to talk about. Same things. I think that's what happens when you're, like, crunched for time. You just go back to what you know instead of trying to play new shit.
Yeah.
You just prefer to be like, okay, I want to relax, but I want to relax with something I know is going to be good. I don't want to try something new right now because I think that was my problem with Halo 3 and maybe Section 8 too. I couldn't relax with it. And
Well, I think part of the problem with ODST is you were also expected to be doing like a review. You start working on it for a review too,
yeah, and I just
which I found it was really made Scribblenauts that much more difficult for me.
Yeah, well, I never had a problem with like wet or whatever. It is the fact that Halo 3, everywhere you listen, oh, it's a great co-op game, it's a great co-op game, which was my problem. I couldn't coordinate times with people to play co-op for the review. And at that point, it wouldn't have been fair to write a review based off my frustrations.
Right.
So, I decided it was better that I skip the review. It's a big enough game. You're either going to buy a Halo game or you're not anyway. You either love it or hate it, so that's all that matters.
Hate it. Oh.
Overrated.
While for me, I'm kind of in between. I enjoy the Halo games. Halo 2, up until you had to play as the freaking Arbiter. But I loved Halo 3. And Halo 3 ODST was cool up until I got frustrated, and I think I was just forcing myself through it. But it's whatever. I'll play some more in the upcoming weeks, hopefully with some people. I got a lot of people now saying that they're gonna play, so I'm like, thanks. A little late, but
So have you guys been hearing a lot of people taking advantage of the 50% rebate that ended yesterday?
For
The Xbox 360 Elite?
Mm-mm.
Me either. So it almost got me to buy one.
You should have.
Hey man, hey, I just bought a new car 3 months ago, and now I have a wedding to start paying for. So yeah.
All right.
Bargain bins?
Yeah, let's get into bargain bins. I'll start it off. I was playing Battle Fantasia a few months ago, well, actually 6 months ago or so, when it came out. It's an interesting 2D. Not I don't know if you call it 2D. It's like it looks 3D, but it's purely on like a 2D plane. Um, kind of cartoony by the guys who did Guilty Gear and stuff like that. It was fun. I had a bit of fun with it. Just rented it from GameFly, so I had sent it back. But it's now $20 at GameStop, brand new. If you're a fan of fighting games, you want something different and interesting. It's a neat little change up from the usual games you're gonna play. Some people will not like it, but I think for $20, it's definitely a good pickup for fighting game fans. Ben, what about you? What's your bargain bin?
My sorry. My bargain bin is Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction for the PS3. If you played all the other Ratchet and Clank, it's no surprise. It's a great game. It expands the universe. With the experience that you're going to get from the game and whatnot. You can't go wrong with this game. You can get it at Best Buy for $29.99, but you seriously cannot go wrong with this game at all. It's another Ratchet and Clank game by wow, I can't talk today.
Insomniac game.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
But, yeah. I need to blow my nose, which is why I'm like talking like this. I'm like, oh, I need to mute my mic so I can blow my nose. But yeah, you can't really go wrong with this game. I'm hoping, sometime in the future that they will make more Ratchet and Clank, or maybe a Zack and Dexter game. Well, who knows? Or Jack and Dexter, not Zack, but Jack and Dexter game.
The new Jack game's coming out. I don't know. I think it's for PSP though. Not entirely sure there though, so don't quote me on that. But Brian, what about you? What's your bargain bin?
Yep, my bargain bin is on Amazon.com. You can pick up Manhunt 2 on the Nintendo Wii, and the amount is $16.32. That is a savings of 59% off the regular 40% or $40 price tag.
Nice.
So, it's it's not the greatest game in the world, whatever, but for $16, you're gonna get a decent outing.
Yeah, I never really got into the Manhunt games, but
hey, on the Wii, beggars can't be too choosy.
Yeah, true. If you want hardcore, you're only left with about a handful.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So
real quick, normally I would do our game night segment, but right now I have put the game nights on Pwn.com on hold. We've had a lot of lack of participation these past couple months, so working on some ideas to bring people back in. The one I'm leaning to the most is when people participate in our 360 and PS3 game nights, they're going to get awarded a credit for attending. Basically, take down everybody's names that attended that night, and at the end of the month, we will draw one random person to win either a 1,600 Microsoft point card or a $20 PSN card. Every time you attend a night, that's an extra entry into the contest.
Sure.
I'm hoping this will bring people back. It's what I'm looking into, and we're gonna bring the game nights back in November. Basically, we'll have Uncharted 2, Left 4 Dead 2, Modern Warfare 2, all the 2s.
Yeah.
Plus, we'll bring back Burnout Paradise and a couple others. So, look forward to that. We hope that this will be a nice incentive for people to come back if it's a chance to win. I mean, a point card or a PSN card is actually really nice, especially now with some really good arcade and PSN titles coming out more and more often.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, with your avatar in your home, if you guys really enjoy that, dress them up. It's free money.
Hey, I would actually buy the Firehouse for Ghostbusters on home.
How much is that?
Like $5.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, but I'm still not paying for it.
I got $55 of credit on there.
On the PSN store?
Yeah.
Nice. From what?
Cards.
Actually, before we get into the thing, I wanted to talk about something I'm probably going to write an article about tomorrow, but
Okay.
they started talking about for the new Siege of Mirkwood, which is the next expansion for Lotro.
Mm-hmm.
Started talking about some of the other things that they're going to bring, and so we're going to have shared storage. So between my characters, I won't have to like send it through the mail anymore, or have an alt as a bank type person. I'll actually be able to just have a space that all my characters can access on the same server. And I mean, I don't know if Ben's back on or not, but he said that they don't even have that in WoW. So
yeah, well, actually, is that on the same server or separate? You said
same server, as long as your characters are on the same server.
Okay, yeah, Aion has that if you're on the same server.
So that.
But if you're not, it's
well, yeah. But and then they're completely redoing the mount system. So that was pretty awesome, because the mount system's kind of meh right now. Basically, if someone hits you, or like they call it a channeling system. So it's like if you're on your horse, you can't do anything until you actually get off the horse.
Oh.
And now you'll be able to like go inside houses and be able to fight off horseback, which would be really cool. So yeah, so it's just actually have some decent things, and of course they want like $20 for this and $20 for the download and whatever. So that kind of sucks, but
yeah.
But otherwise, yeah. So at least I'm starting to see a few nice little bonuses coming in. They're actually turning a corner here. I mean, it's not going to like kill WoW or anything like that, but it's a little nice bonus for the people who have stuck it out in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure people will be glad to finally see some content coming out. Well, new stuff coming out.
Yeah. It's always a good thing.
I think I still got a sealed box of Shadows of something.
Shadow of Agmar.
Yeah. Collector's edition somewhere.
Wow, so it's got the CD and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Actually, that reminds me, for speaking of MMOs real quick, for the listeners out there, if you start playing Aion, please join the Asmodee on Marchutan server. Ben and I have started a Legion there. We're doing basically, it's all for fun. We're not looking for the hardcore guild type people who are like, oh, we gotta do this every night, at this time. Fuck that. We're here to have fun, enjoy the game, and otaku are welcome too. I mean, it's called Lucky Star. So, based off my favorite anime, just works well. So
and we were recognized for it.
Yeah, that's right. We were running around, and one guy was like, "Oh, you guys like Lucky Star?" And we were like, "That's fucking awesome."
That is sweet.
I mean, it was like the first person was like, "Hey, that's an awesome anime." We were like, "Yes!"
So there you go. Come join our server. Have fun with us. We're not going to do anything serious. We're all going to start at low levels, and we're not. If you're low level, you need help, we'll come and help you. All right. We're all doing this for fun.
One thing I do want to say: level 1 through 10, you should do yourself. Having somebody higher level help you really fucks up your experience, right, Ben?
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike. I love you too. You know that.
Yeah. So basically, and level 1 to 10 is fun to do by yourself, honestly, for the most part. A couple quests you might want some help on, but for the most part, level 1 to 10 is easy to do by yourself. It's quick. It'll take you a day easily, 2 at the most. Once you get to level 10 and you get your wings, then you can ask people for help, and they'll start getting you through quests faster, and start leveling up more and more. But yeah, so come over to Marchuton, Asmodee side, Lucky Star. You can hit me up as Nodoka, Nodoka, or Ben is Is it Hoka?
Hoka.
Hoka, Houka. Hit either of us up. We'll bring you in, and like I said, we're just there to have fun.
Very nice.
All right, so let's get into our discussions this episode. First off, we're gonna start off with the PSP Go launch. That was kind of like the small big thing that happened.
Yeah.
Supposed to be this big launch, and you didn't
Not so
really hear
much.
about it anywhere.
No, not so much.
So, I mean, Ben, you bought one.
I got mine from Amazon.com. I actually got it the day that it was launched, and it sort of sucks because the UPS distributor factory is literally a half a mile away. They can't come here in the morning and drop off my PSP or any items that I get from there. It's like, come on, you can't drive a half a mile just to drop my stuff off. But anyways, I got it. I opened it up. I got the white version of the PSP Go, and it's nice and shiny and everything. I really, really like it a lot, to be honest with you. When I was holding it at E3, I was a little iffy because, where everything was, and I was a little confused when, at first I'm like, okay, where's this button? Where's this button? And to be honest with you, the design, I wish they could have added a second analog stick to it. I mean, there's a perfect spot for it, but, what can you do? There's nothing you can do. But with the launch and everything, I thought they could have done a better job maybe promoting it. Maybe done a better job just, releasing, actual games for it. maybe give me the sense of why I need to buy this game. But what can you do?
Yeah,
You can save your $250.
That's true, but still.
I've seen a lot of the cards for the games at Best Buy when I went by there.
Really? Because I haven't been to Best Buy in literally like over a year, so.
Yeah, you can pick up like the Gran Turismo card to download and stuff like that right from there.
Okay.
So did you buy any games for it?
I
off
bought
PSN?
I bought Final Fantasy Tactics, and that's about it that I've gotten so far.
You're not going for the NIS sale, which happens till I believe this Thursday. Which all their games, except for Disgaea 2, because it just released, but all their other games are 50% off. So you get Disgaea 1 for $15. What else is there? Mana Kamiya, $15. $5 for Brave something.
No, eventually I will. I'm probably gonna get was it Disgaea? Yeah, Disgaea for the Disgaea 1 for the PSP. I'll probably pick that up.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Prinny, the new Prinny game was $10. So they got some decent prices there. Dragoneer's Area is 15, but stay away from that game, it's awful. Blade Dancer Lineage of Light is what it is. I also have to make some suggestions for some PS1 classics. Final Fantasy VII is $10. Suikoden is $6. Wild Arms 1 and 2 are $6 each. You gotta pick those up. So, Brave Story New Travelers, $15. Another good RPG for the PSP. So,
No, my only complaint about it is that if you're gonna release the PSP Go, at least release more games for it. I mean, for crying out loud, where's Final Fantasy Dissidia? Maybe I want to download that game.
I thought it came out.
It did, but I couldn't find it anywhere in the PSN.
Huh. Maybe it was Soul Calibur that I saw.
Yeah, I saw Soul Calibur was on there.
That might
God
be
of War is on there. But no Final Fantasy games for it. Not Final Fantasy 1 or 2 or Dissidia for the PSP.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here going, okay, so I see Final Fantasy 7, see Tactics, but where's the other three that came out for the original PSP, but where's it in the PSN for the PSP Go?
Is it sad I've never played a God of War game?
You never played it, or?
Any of them?
To be honest with you, I've played like maybe a quarter of the first one, and I never really played the second one. But I do want to pick up the the Masters Collection or whatever that's coming off the PS3.
Yeah.
So I do want to pick that up so I can play through this before the third one comes out.
Yeah, I was wondering how the one for the PSP was.
I do want to get it. I will
I don't
get
get the
it,
pricing though. Some of these games are like $15.99. Why don't you just make it $14.99? Like
Yeah, exactly. I don't get some of the prices either.
some are $22.99, $21.99. I'm like, really? What kind of pricing did you guys set up here?
It's just another one of those rants that I won't really want to go off on Sony.
Yeah.
It's like, really.
But, no, I mean, I thought the fact that the date it released, they shoved out a lot of games though for the first week. So we'll see what happens this Thursday. As the second week of the PSP Go being out, maybe they'll dump a bunch more on there.
Yeah, we'll hopefully we'll see.
I hope this pushes them to release more PS1 games.
You would think it would.
So, PS1 is definitely what I want to see more games. I want Suikoden 2. I want Tales of Destiny 1 and 2. I want all these RPGs I used to have. And then maybe I'll go out and buy a PSP Go.
You already have.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's funny.
I guess we won't go there, huh, Mike?
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Hey, man. Terrible.
Ugh.
Don't be hating.
Just because I bought a 16 gig M2 card. You gotta know where you can get the deals. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
But what was funny to me with the PSP Go is that none of the stores were sold out. Pre-orders were low. Cheapy D had been talking about on the AggroCast how actually he showed the quarter 3 pre-orders and it wasn't even in the top 50.
No, I'm not too surprised.
But
To be honest with you.
I don't know if you can do this with the PSPs, but I do know with the PSP Go that you can play with your DualShock controller.
That'd be kind of cool.
Which is pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I guess that's pretty much the PSP Go launch. It was kind of lackluster for Sony. We'll see what happens in the upcoming months if they figure it out. Oh, one other quick comment. Their little minis download section had 7 fucking games in it, and none of them were really that great.
No, exactly. I'm like, really? I mean, I really want to hop onto the Japanese account, and I want to see what games I have over there.
You'll have to let me know if you can actually do that, because if you can use the Japanese games, I got a shit ton of PS1 games from Japan. I'll put on there. And there's a lot of, I want to buy some yen cards from Japan, because there's a lot of Japanese PSP games I'd buy off of there. Because if you buy them off the Japanese PSN, I'll save like $20 to $30. Alright, so we'll go on.
I'll definitely let you know. Sorry about that.
It's cool. We'll go into our next story. Something Ben and I have been experiencing, and a lot of others. I saw another PO member who's big into MMOs was playing it, Navy, as well as Kai. Been playing Aion as well, and it's these fucking gold farming spammers. Like, I've played WoW, I've played other MMOs here and there. This has got to be the worst I've ever fucking seen in my life. I mean, literally, the general chat is like shooting down, scrolling. And the only way to stop it is to block. Either not look at the general chat, or scroll up a little so it doesn't scroll a bunch, and just start blocking every name you can find. And go down and wait for it to happen again, then block every name you can find, and you might be good for 5 to 10 minutes before the next ones pop up. And the worst part is, if you create a character and you sit there, where you spawn up when you first start the game, you can see them coming through because they all have names that are like DFGSDP.
Yep.
And I'm going, why? Hell, make them create at least a real name.
Yeah.
Don't allow all freaking consonants.
No, it really ticks me off. I mean, I'm glad I made another window. It's just that they also private message you about what's going on, and then that's when I like, okay, I'm blocking you because I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting to a point that maybe I should block, my whispers at the moment because, it's just way too much. I mean, as soon as you log in, it's just scrolling down. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, it's pretty sickening, and it seems like a lot of people are getting tired of it, and I don't know how they haven't figured out how to block this yet. It's not hard. Most of it comes from Asian IPs that are trying to fish for information, steal your information, and it's not hard to block Asian IPs from playing a game that's only supposed to be played in North America or Europe. You know, how hard is it to block that shit? I do
Apparently
know
it's
that
difficult.
Ayase from the Aion team did come out with a Twitter message saying that, hey, there's going to be an announcement coming up soon of what they're going to do to try to curb this. It better be a serious attempt, because if they don't curb this, they're going to start losing players. Because nobody wants to spend the whole time where the general chat's just scrolling through buying gold, and you can't really talk to anybody or try to find a group.
Unless you make your own window.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the first thing I did because I was like, first off, when in World of Warcraft, I made my own separate window, so all I saw was pretty much the my guildmate or legion mates and people that whisper me and my friends, and that's that. Then I go to the general chat and see what else is going on, what people are talking about. But half the time I don't really pay attention. But this is a new low for me where I go in and I see just nothing but walls of text as soon as I log in.
Yeah.
And generally that I don't mind it, but if I'm looking for a group and the chat window is just littered with that, then I have an issue with the game where they need to get rid of some of these gold spammers. And I don't care if they paid money for it or they paid for the game, they need to go. They seriously need to go.
Well, I mean, it's a break of the TOS just to begin with.
Yeah. And I don't know, it just seems like something that's easy to combat. And one of my problems is, when did this become such a big fucking problem with these fucking assholes fucking up people's enjoyment of a game just to spam for people to buy gold?
I guess it's just been like that ever since WoW became big, and people are looking for a quick way to make money in the game. They're willing to spend real money to buy fake money, to have fake money in the game, so they can have the items they need, or purchase this, or get this and whatnot.
I think it's crazy.
It is crazy, but it sells. It sells in the market. Unfortunately, the majority of them are Chinese, and that's why we call them Chinese gold farmers. But that's where they're coming from. They're coming from China. They're coming from Hong Kong, and they're coming from other various places in Asia where they're doing. They're like, oh, buy, what was it? Oh, buy 10, spend $10 and you get a million in gold or whatever. It's like, okay, but still, I mean, it's ridiculous. And then afterwards, they send you mails. So you're like, oh, I have a mail, and it's from the gold farmer. Say, hey, we have a great deal going on.
Don't you get banned for that too?
For
buying it?
From buying it?
Yeah, you can.
You can if you get caught. Yes.
Wouldn't they know you're getting caught when somebody mails you 10 million gold or something?
Possibly, yeah. But the majority of the time, people know the risk, and a majority of the time, people will do it. Have I done it? Maybe, maybe not, but
Oh, dude, fail.
I'll be honest with you. I've never done it. I've never done it. I'll be completely honest with you. I've never done it.
I don't
But
know.
I've known other people that have done it though.
That's something.
Oh, and the silence that you guys are thinking like whether or not I'm telling the truth or not.
Hey,
Hey, if,
I've played Second Life. I've spent money in Second Life, but it was all legit. My character was hot.
Oh, I bet.
It's a little scary the way you say it like that.
Hot. You had to spend money for the good skins and hair.
Yeah, I bet you do. But no, I just they really need to go because it's just way too many of them at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I mean, hopefully sometime soon. Because if not, like you said, I think there's gonna be a lot of people just gonna get frustrated in the general chat and just quit the game because of that.
It's gonna happen soon. So I
Oh.
think they'll take care of it. I mean, like I said, Ayase said that something's coming soon. So we'll see what happens. Let's move on to the next topic of a guy who downloaded the 3.0 firmware and all of a sudden found out he no longer has a working PS3. This isn't new. A lot of people from the beginning to 3.0 have had the firmware brick their PS3. Problem is, if you don't know how to work Sony and threaten them and stuff like that, they're gonna try to charge you $150 for their own fuck up. I know Andy, the head of Pwn, had the same issue when SOCOM Beta was out at Crash and completely killed the system, and he threatened them and finally got his stuff fixed. But this guy, I guess, was fed up and put in his own little class action lawsuit to basically say, hey, Sony, fuck you, you need to fix your shit.
And who's leading this charge beside him? Jack Thompson.
Anybody who can get their money or hands on the money.
Yeah, it's all about the money.
Oh, class action lawsuits, the people involved never get money. It's all lawyers.
Yep.
They don't seem to realize that. People are like, I'm going to sue. I'm like, you're not going to get anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to reality. You don't get shit from class action lawsuits. I had them. I guess I bought something from somebody online, some site, DVD something, years back, and I started getting things in the mail from these lawyers trying to get me to sign on to a class action lawsuit against this company. I didn't have a problem with them. Obviously, some people did. And it was like, get in now and you'll get $15.
Ooh.
I was like, what? I don't give a shit about 15.
Wow, $15.
I was like, I can get a whole movie. I was just like, yeah, never mind. And they kept fucking coming. Like, they literally spammed me with these. It was like every month or two, I'd have a freaking letter from them. And I'm like, no, I don't give a shit. Leave me the fuck alone. I've had more than just that. I've had one come in that said you're entitled to $6.
Wow.
I'm like, what the hell is this?
They're really breaking the bank.
That's what I'm saying, and so people, before you get all crazy and want to go sue happy, realize you ain't gonna get shit out of it. Most of the times, the company settles, and the lawyers walk away with cash, and you'll have $5 in your pocket. So honestly, shell out the $150 or stop supporting the system.
Which you're not going to do.
Look, Sony's not Microsoft. They're not going to give you a 3-year warranty.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Don't forget, Sony's got their own yellow light of death. So, I don't know what you guys think about this guy suing Sony. What about you, Brian?
It,
Oh, he's, yeah. I feel like he's useless, but I mean, it's just a person who's looking to make something out of it. I honestly, after I read the article, I was like, yeah, I didn't put too much stock in what this guy's spouting. So, I don't know, Ben.
I think he's just wasting his time, to be honest with you. He really is. I mean, it just so your system broke down. It's either you gonna just tell, hey, it's still under warranty because what the guy said he bought his PS3 back into January.
Yeah.
McFly, it's still under warranty. Just send it in and you get it for free.
That is assuming that your firmware is considered a part of the machine.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm sure there's a loophole for that.
It's something that Sony forced you to download. In order to play the game, you pretty much forced to download the firmware, a new updated firmware. So why not?
It is true that you are forced to.
I mean, it's like you can't play. It's like, what is it? You can't play this game unless you update your firmware. So you're pretty much forced to play. You pretty much have to update the firmware in order to play some of these games.
Yeah.
Which is sort of ridiculous. It's like, how many firmware updates you're gonna need just to play this game?
Hey, I still haven't been able to get Resistance 2
That's
to work
crazy.
because of the updating.
Did you try calling Sony on that?
No, I actually haven't.
Sue him?
Yes, I'm going to be joining the class action lawsuit even though my machine's not bricked. I'm going to join anyway.
Why not? It's what all the cool kids are doing.
I'm going to get $150 so I can then send it to Sony anyway.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
So,
what else we got on the docket?
Call of Duty. Activision has basically licensed out the film. Licensed out the franchise to do a film.
Wow.
Thing is, I know the article I saw was showing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 as like the picture, but there's no real reports on it yet. Is it going to be Modern Warfare? Going to be old school? Is it going to be both? Are they going to be like, hey, we can do both? It's Activision, so they have now become the worst company when it comes to trying to make as much money as possible.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, they annualize everything.
That's ridiculous. I just traded. Speaking of annualizing everything, I just traded away Guitar Hero 5. I couldn't take it anymore. I can't stand Guitar Hero games. I'll never buy another one.
Really?
Oh my god. Can I have something that feels like I'm actually playing music instead of having a challenge shoved down my throat?
Are you sure you're not going to get Band Hero so you can beat Taylor Swift?
I'd love to, but I'll wait to get on Goozex for like 500, 400 points.
There you go.
That's why I traded away Guitar Hero 5. I was like, I'll pick it up when it's cheaper. It's not worth full price. All those games are not worth full price to me anymore. I'm waiting for Rock Band 3 at this point. They know how to make a good game. But anyway, for the Call of Duty, what do you guys think? I mean, do you think this is going to be another Doom?
I think a lot of it's going to depend on who they get for direction. Like it states in the article that the guy was supposedly having lunch with the guy who did Hitman, which, as far as video game movies are concerned, was not the worst video game movie of all time. It wasn't horrible, which is like a 4-star rating for a video game movie.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
Hitman?
I never saw it, so I can't really comment on it.
I also like Timothy Olyphant, so that probably has something to do with it, but it really was not a horrible movie.
Yeah.
It was an action film, basically.
Oh, okay.
So if you're looking for a Academy Award-winning story, you're not going to get that. But yeah, I mean, it had its moments. So I mean, maybe if they get that guy to do it and it's a decent script, I haven't actually played through an entire Call of Duty game, so I haven't done 4 or 3 or anything. So
yeah.
I mean, are the stories good enough to be a game? They're kind of short, right?
Yeah, they're not long games. But I think they don't want to put all that time into having a long game. The people from Infinity War themselves say they don't want to make a game longer than it needs to be.
Sure.
So, plus with the multiplayer of Call of Duty 4 alone, you don't need to make it longer than it needs to be because that's what is all about, like, longevity. I mean, Call of Duty 4 multiplayer is awesome, so. But I just want to know how they're going to go with this.
I mean, are they going to have like new characters to go along with the story or whatever? Or, I mean, it just, I guess we just have to wait and see how the storyline is in Modern Warfare 2. Whether it's like pretty much going to take place in the same timeline as the first one or not. But that's what I'm really interested in seeing.
It could be a Modern Warfare style where it follows the exploits of the Modern Warfare guys.
Right, but I mean, was the main character, was the guy you played in Modern Warfare that memorable that you would want to see him on screen?
No, but does it matter with the way they make movies? They're still working on the Spy Hunter movie.
That makes me sad.
Isn't The Rock supposed to be in that movie?
I don't know if he still is at this point. If he's smart, he got the fuck out.
Yeah, that's one where that's probably going to seem like a good idea at the time.
Yeah. Now that he's gotten better roles, in my opinion, I wouldn't do it.
All I got, yeah, that's my opinion about it, is just whether or not where they're going to go with the storyline in Modern Warfare 2, whether or not it's going to tie it in and whatnot. If they go with a different timeline than Modern Warfare 1, then I don't think it's going to work. Regardless like who they have, because it's just gonna turn into another war movie. That's about it, with just a COD name attached to it.
I think that's all you're gonna get anyway.
Pretty much.
I don't know what else you can expect. So we'll see what happens there. I think it's just gonna be another horrible idea. Last but not least, just quickly want to talk. There's a lot of listeners out there that use GooseX and such. GooseX has finally launched their GooseX Exchange. For those who don't know what this is, GooseX basically has brought out a thing called the GooseX Exchange, where you can buy brand new products at a higher price point. I mean, if you go off the $5 equals 100 points on the site, you're going to be like, oh my god, I'm paying double what it costs on Amazon. But GooseX is paying for all this out of pocket, basically. The service is great for people like me who have like 30,000 or more points and have points to blow. They're putting up Blu-rays, DVDs, video games. Like I said, all brand new, will ship straight from Amazon. Let's see, I mean, you're going to get games for about 2,000 to 2,400 points. DVDs are usually around 1,000, 800 to 1,000. Blu-rays have been from 800 to about 3,000 points. The 3,000 points was for the Bourne trilogy, just to clarify. There are a couple high-priced items that I was kind of like, I think they should just remove because it looks bad. The Seinfeld Complete Series and the James Bond Complete Series are 6,000 and 8,800 points respectively. For those who don't know the pricing, that's about $300 worth of points and about $440 worth of points.
Just say no.
If you use that line of thinking. But those are high for that. That's why I'm like, hey. look at the other ones. I'm willing to do it. I want Dollhouse and I want Sarah Connor Chronicles 2, both on Blu-ray. So I'm hoping they put them up there for about. There'll be $100 worth of points most likely, but to me it's worth it to get it brand new instead of waiting for the seller because things like that don't trade often.
Yeah.
And my requests were fully maxed out on active stuff I could get in. And what a freaking shock! Dollhouse goes up for trade, and I was first in line, but I missed it.
Oh, poor Mikey.
Ouch.
Pissed. But on a happy note, other than the GooseX exchange, I have become the #1 seller within a 1 month period on GooseX with 121 items out last month in September. I have set the record.
Very good. Congratulations. That's pretty awesome.
And I made the top buyers list. I missed getting top spot by 8 trades. I was at 71 items in. So I almost made GooseX $200 last month. Where's my check?
Where's your check?
Jeez.
No, but real quick, hopefully this will go up in time. Just want to give everybody a heads up. There is a GooseX, CAG, and Pwn meetup in Maryland this Saturday, 2 p.m. Arundel Mills, Dave & Buster's. You can find it on the calendar on Pwn, in the forums on GooseX or the forums on CAG. So if you're in the Maryland area, come out, hang out. We'll be there from 2 p.m. to, who knows, we leave whenever we feel like it. Should be fun. Everybody brings games and other stuff to trade, give away, and such.
Very nice.
Yeah, so can't wait for that. Alright, that's pretty much it, but before we go, real quick, as of recording this podcast, Ayase has come out addressing the gold spam with Aion. So let's see.
Wow. We started talking about it and it happened. That's
Yeah.
Oh, they're actually
They
addressing
currently
it?
have game masters monitoring all servers at this point. They're tracking chat channels closely, have been banning thousands of spammers every day. This form of active monitoring is part of a much larger network of tools and sensors that we're currently utilizing to help create a better game experience. If you experience chat spam, there's a way for you to address this immediately on your own and help us create a better gameplay. You can use the block user feature. All you need to do is right-click and choose to block it. While this doesn't eliminate the problem, it is one small step you can actively make to improve your game experience. Using the block user helps them identify spammers more quickly. So I'm guessing they're watching people who get blocked a lot.
Really?
interesting.
So
Because I've blocked so far like 15 to 20 of them.
yeah, but they're probably looking for people who get blocked.
Yeah, like if they get blocked 30 times in X number of minutes,
Yeah.
that's a key thing right there.
So they're considering a number of methods to address the chat spam that have been implemented in previous games, as well as exploring new technologies and what they may have to offer to improve the game experience. One upcoming feature is an improved chat filter to help reduce the overall chat spam. This filter, along with tracking and monitoring, will be the first of many steps to help resolve this issue. We appreciate all the feedback, and we will continue to scour the communities out there for other ideas as well. We absolutely recognize how important this is to you and a good game experience in Aion, and we reiterate that we are currently addressing it. So it looks like they're doing an active job.
Took them out, but okay.
Yeah, it definitely did, because it was a problem for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. I'd say week and a half easily. So.
I mean, there was ghost spammers when the game first came out.
Yeah, but not like they have been. Oh my god.
Oh, it just grew tremendously within the week and a half. But I'm glad that NCSoft is finally addressing it and maybe putting a stop to it. But blocking them does help a lot, especially when you log in and you block just the first 4 or 5 spammers that's on there.
Yeah.
Might have to scroll up and block them that way, but in the long run, especially when you're on there for more than an hour into, it helps a lot because it definitely cuts down on the spamming and whatnot.
Yeah. So.
All right then.
So I guess we're done.
Yeah.
Hold
Hold on.
All right. Click.
No, I'm reading something. One other thing that people have been experienced with the server queues and the problems with full servers. They're working on implementing a server transfer service, kind of like what WoW has. They're gonna offer every player a free one-time server transfer for a limited time to select servers.
Wow.
So you won't have to lose all the time you spent on a character on a server. Which is smart. Because that was one of the problems. They're like, oh, just move to a new server. And everybody's like, fuck that, I spent all this time on this character. So it's cool that they're going to offer a one-time transfer.
Yeah.
Probably don't know for how long, but I think that's definitely going to be a smart thing to do.
Oh my goodness! Oh
What?
wow, the game has been what 2 weeks and they're already doing a free server transfer.
Well, they have to. I mean, they want to get people to the new servers they're creating. They don't want to create 100 servers. You're just going to make everything real shallow and dilute the pool.
No, it's just funny because it took a while, like maybe 2 to 3 years to finally do server transfers. And it's like it's only been 2 weeks, and and Ion's finally implementing a server transfer from like the get go.
They're going to give you the free one time. After that, I think you're probably going to have to pay.
Yeah, I think it's like I think WoW is like $25 to transfer servers.
Holy shit.
Yeah, which
$20 is a lot, Ro.
How
which
much?
I think I could
think
probably
it's
see
$20.
that for Aion also.
Wow.
Oh, I think that there is some complications to it because like when my cousin did it, they had to like fix his name because someone already had that name, and they had to mess around with a bunch of stuff. So I think they make it slightly painful so that you think about it a little more.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been... Names are killing me in that game. Everybody's using Japanese names, fuckers.
Yes,
Hey.
no one's ever thought to use a Japanese name before.
Yeah, but there's so many. I've tried. I had a whole list of names on one server, and I couldn't find a single one. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. But, well, so I just want to give that quick heads up to those Aion players out there who may have been wondering. So they're got stuff in place to move forward with this. And that pretty much about does it for tonight's show. So don't forget to find us on iTunes, rate and review us, please. We'll love you forever. And you know the drill. You can find us on pretty much any site with /Quiglin for Brian, /Church4252 for Ben, /GNitro for myself.
I'm actually thinking about giving in and joining the Facebook.
Facebook isn't bad. It's not on MySpace, so. But if you do, you gotta hit us up.
Yeah. Yes. All right.
Maybe we should do like a Facebook page and see how they'll do.
Got 3 fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to see how small our listener base is. Plus, that's not something I don't need to be worried about keeping that up too. So, but that's it. We will see y'all next week for episode 45. Getting closer to 50. And we are out.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Later.